Yo, what's up guys, Xierdan here. Today we got a video for you. I'm going to be going over some things that are relevant to me right now and things that I'm considering, and also I think that this will be an opportunity for people to get some information regarding PC building and stuff like that. Well, building and buying process, and what to look out for when you're looking online, and what things you might be considering, and things that I would be considering that might help you when you're looking around. So basically what I've done is, as you can see, I've got a bunch of tabs, a good amount of tabs. I think a lot of gamers probably have even more tabs than that. But I have a bunch of different tabs. I think I put them in alphabetical order. And what I basically did is I didn't go based off of this article on Tech Guided necessarily. I went on some other websites too, and I looked up, I looked up, like where, best. I looked up multiple different Google searches. Again, I feel like I do thorough research when I do these kind of videos. I looked up, best PC buying website, best place to buy a custom PC, etc., pre-built kind of stuff. And I included some where you build it yourself, because I feel like some websites you have the option to buy pre-built or build your own, from scratch, and then some let you customize some of the pre-built, meet you halfway kind of thing. Some give you all three options, some are only pre-built, and I think, like, in general, if the option is there for you to completely build it, then obviously that's great for the buyer, because then they can pick exactly what they want, and have it with the exact way that they want it. But anyway, I went, like for instance, on this Tech Guided website. I went on some other ones, and looked up some lists, and then I kind of tried to pull together the ones that were most used and most recommended on different articles and websites, and I pulled them up here, and I've got them in alphabetical order. So we'll just go in alphabetical order, with the exception of this, which I'm just going to show you Micro Center's website. So if you're in a location that has a Micro Center, I would in general encourage you to go, even if it's a little bit of a drive, maybe pick out a day you have off for a weekend, and go in and see how things are in there if you've never dealt with computers before. This is something that I've priced out. I feel like, so what I was trying to shoot for, and some of these will go through because it's a little more complicated on certain websites, and that's part of like the buying process and part of why I felt like I might as well record this as I'm kind of going through and researching myself. I've done some behind the scenes stuff, and I've already been on these websites before, but you can kind of see what process I went through when I'm looking at different things, and also me, I'll give some feedback about each website's like pros and cons, and in relation to the website itself, and how easy it is for someone that might not know what they're talking about, or maybe it's their first time getting a PC or looking to buy a PC, and then also just in terms of like the price to performance ratio and stuff like that. But I wanted to start with Micro Center because it's obviously a little bit different. You can build a custom PC with them, and as you can see, like, you can get same day assembly here, as long as you order. It does cost extra, obviously, but the ease, if you're able to have a Micro Center location nearby, and there are other stores like this. Micro Center, I think, is obviously the most widely regarded, or like there's more of them in more locations, even though they are obviously normally like you can only be like one in one state and stuff like that kind of situation. It's pretty unique, so I understand not everyone has access, but what we're shooting for here is about 2,000. We're gonna try to get everyone, like, if I have the option to go slightly below, that's what we're shooting for. So we're not trying to overshoot. If anything, we're going to undershoot the 2,000, and if possible, when we're going through, we'll kind of try to get the specs to be the same to see the price difference for different websites. That won't always be possible because some websites do not have the same stock or the same partners which affects not only the price but also the parts that you'll be able to pick on the site. And then obviously some of them don't let you change certain parts because they're completely pre-built or they're only a little bit customizable, and then some obviously are from the ground up, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So we'll see, and we'll try to configure again around the $2,000 budget. But also what we'll do is again, I'll try to have the same sort of specs so we can see the price difference even if it is way over, because then that'll show you, oh okay, well if I am getting comparing like two websites and I want this exact build, then you know, which one should I go with? And obviously the price doesn't have the only impact. Obviously something that would be nice to keep in mind is the kind of reputation, kind of extras, and I don't mean like free t-shirts and stuff, but I do mean like maybe one includes a lot better of a warranty, maybe one includes overclocking to a lesser CPU to make it, but maybe it's not too much of a lesser CPU, and you know, it kind of offsets that. Or maybe one offers a lot better case fan selection, and I'm talking like, you know, hundreds of dollars of case fan selection, which I believe on one of them we'll get into. You're getting a lot of extras for free or included in the price, and it makes it seem the price that you'll see for like the build total seems like a lot, but then when you kind of look at the stuff that's included, it's really not too bad. So anyway, this is just like the 2000 build. This is like kind of what I'm looking to maybe build, a little bit different than this, but some of the stock was being weird. But this is kind of what I had been looking at Micro Center. I do live close to one. I live right next to Columbus. But as you can see, you know, getting under the 2000, well, obviously tax, but that always complicates things. But we got a Ryzen 7 3700, and then we got the TUF 570. We've got, I went for 32. They had like a discount thing going on, and I was curious like how cheap 32 was these days. I've always done 16, or I've always had 16, and the other PCs I've built for people have always had 16. But I was like, well, you know what, let's just throw in 32, because like I know I paid about that same price for 16, and I believe mine also is 3200, or it might be 30. No, I think it is 3200. That I have in my system now, but again, only 16. And then but I have the Vengeance, I don't have the Ballistics. The 5000D I think is my favorite case out of any case right now. It is a little bit expensive, obviously, and a lot of these websites you aren't able to customize the case too much, obviously, because a lot of them have their own branding and stuff like that. But the 5000D, as many of you know, great for airflow. And again, some of you may not know this kind of stuff because this might be a video that you're kind of seeing, and you've seen other videos kind of, and you've never built a PC or really looked into PC building too much. But the 5000D, if you look it up, a lot of people have really good things to say about it. You see a lot of people building in it recently. I went for 850 for the power supply. I normally shoot for a little bit overkill on the power supply, and then I normally shoot for at least A+, or sorry, gold, and then fully modular. I just prefer it. So like I'm a little bit picky, but again, like that's kind of the point, you know, of going through these. And then the 3060, I think like ideally this would be kind of like the one that I would want. Like you know, I've heard good things about the Ventus, and obviously has the triple fan setup, and sure, there might be some cooling options that are 2 fans that actually get better temps, but just in general, I think like you can't go wrong with that one. A lot of people have been talking or saying good things about it. Then I've got the M.2. Some of the motherboards have 2 M.2, and then I would probably just do 2 M.2s. But again, it was being weird with some of the components. So again, we got one M.2, just 500 gigs for the boot drive, and then a 1 terabyte. Well, I don't know. I probably wouldn't even get this, but again, it's around the price of what you would pay, so that's what I put there. My cooler, it's interesting because I really want to do a build with a 5000D and then a the Noctua heatsink, the double heatsink, but it says compatibility was weird, and again, I think it was just being weird because I've seen people literally do 5000D with that, so I was a bit confused. I think maybe that is like the Intel version and doesn't have the standoffs for the motherboard, or I don't know actually. Like I never had that problem before when I've spec'd out different things, so I don't know, maybe I did something wrong here, I don't know actually. And then that's it. I didn't even include a operating system because some of the benefits of like going to Micro Center or like some other store like this is obviously you get to pick your parts out completely, and obviously you could build it yourself if you just wanted to buy the parts, but this is including the price for getting it built, so I figured I would throw this in here kind of as like a curveball, and an alternate option and just a suggestion. But anyway, we move on to the first actual, I guess, thing, and I'll put some timestamps, and this will be a bit of a longer video, but I did want to just like show Corsair. And like the thing about Corsair, which I hadn't really even given any thought to. I've seen plenty of people have the ones in their setups, but I didn't really realize like the different options that they had. As you can see, they've got quite a few pages with just different configs. But the biggest thing that was interesting to me is, I guess it's because, especially with the one, looking specifically at the one, you can see how well, again, it's relative, but I was surprised by, like, this only has a 1070 in it, and it's $1,800, and you'll see like some of the comparison to some of the other stuff. But then if you look at this here, yeah, I mean, it's right on the border, but just for comparison's sake, you know, obviously this is a true tower. This one does have a 3060 Ti, and it we're going AMD to keep things consistent. So this is more comparable to the actual things that we're looking at on the other websites. And since I guess it's just because of the very, very tiny form factor that increases the price quite a bit. Because if you look at I know they have maybe it's this one. Yeah, so then if you look here, they have the 3080. Now, obviously, again, that's a big price difference between the 3060 and 3080. But just for instance, you can see like how high the price increases with the super small form factor. So again, I just wanted to throw that in there. But again, we're not looking at super compact, and obviously this is a different market of people that would be looking to get like a Corsair one, or like an Alienware, like the really small Alienwares, and even like on Origin, which we'll get to in a bit. The Origin stuff, again, we're looking at the actual bid tower. I'll show you real quick though. If you look at the you know, small form factors, of course the price it starts off the same, but I'm just saying that the price itself and what you get inside is obviously going to be a bit different than when we look at more mid-tower cases. So anyway, moving on from the Corsair stuff, which again, a little bit different. I just wanted to, you know, throw a different option, obviously, and that also is in alphabetical order for the first one, Corsair. So next up, we got CyberPower. Obviously, I feel like CyberPower and Ironside or sorry, not Ironside, iBuyPower are very popular. You see a lot of people get roasted for getting PCs from either of these websites. But again, there's a reason. There's got to be a reason why they're popular. There's got to be a reason why people, both sides of the coin. There's a reason why a lot of people use it and say good things about them, and then there's also got to be a reason that people complain and you know, trash on people that do go down these routes. From my experience, from people that I've seen get PCs from CyberPower and iBuyPower, again, I'm kind of lumping them together. The actual build quality is sometimes a little bit, or the quality of like the cable management, the build, and the choice of how they got components into the case is a little bit lacking, or sometimes a lot of it lacking. I've also had more, and again, I think this is a relative thing, because since these two are quite popular, obviously if you have a big number of sales, then there's also going to be an increased number of, well, you would think, and again this makes sense, there would be an increased number of complaints and people having things wrong, because obviously those can correspond, what do you call them, like vertically, or they can be in direct correspondence with each other. So I don't bash too hard on that sort of thing, because I don't think a lot of people realize how many people order from those two sites. And obviously I talk about this all the time with different things, but people are usually only the most common review is going to be a bad review, because people often are, there are a lot of people that don't leave a review for things as long as things work the way they expect. The obvious exception is if it's like an outstanding product, again, doesn't have to be a PC, then yes, people will be more likely to leave a review. But those people that just have an average experience with buying something, they're less likely to leave a review as someone that has had even slightly poor experience. Again, it's just like, it makes sense to me, because again, if you're unhappy with something, you're more likely to reach out and have it taken care of, versus if you're just, yeah, this is what I wanted, it works good, then there's no need to go any further in terms of like feedback and stuff like that. But as you can see here, this one has the Ryzen 7. So if we go back here, 3700, this is 3800. And it is clocked, as you can see. You're getting, well, they got a little bit of a sale going on, but I'd say that's quite good, what you're getting there for the price. Where is the, here we go. So this is coming in at 1645, but you'll see like some of the things obviously that are going to be different here. Cyber Power, I'll give them plus points here, because you do have the option of air cooling or water cooling. Personally, I just don't like water cooling. So, and like it's been proven that noise, if you want less noise and better cooling, then water cooling is probably the way to go. If you want pure cooling, water cooling and air cooling are very comparable if you get the right case and things like that. I don't want to cause like a super big argument, but I feel like that's been proven enough times. So I'm an air cooling kind of guy, so like I at least like that there's the option. That's gonna definitely get plus points throughout this video, for me anyways. I do like, also like just regards to the website, I like that the price is at the bottom. They do keep it nice and clean with your wattage, your FPS like estimate, and then you've got kind of like a table of contents. You even got a picture of the case, which you can rotate here on the side. Again, simple things like that keeps things simple for a buyer that might not, you know, have been doing this before. This got 16 gigs. Obviously, like again, like something we could do here is if, you know, we bump this up, what's this, 3200. I realized this was, I think, like years ago. They work with A data a lot, which I've heard mixed things about A data, but again, who cares? So that bumps it up, so we'll do 32. Then we look at the video card. This is you know, it picks this is part of the reason why the price was obviously well below the budget. Goes with a 660, and then, like, you know, let's jump it up here to the Ti again, just to keep things the same. Again, boom, bumped up to 1845. So this is 600 watts. Again, quite a big difference between what we're going with. So again, if we go with a Corsair, yeah, like I was gonna say. So like, again, what we're gonna run into is, like, for instance, they don't have any EVGAs at 850. They do have EVGA 750. So boom, now we're getting close here to the budget. MSI, I don't have any problems with at all. I like MSI. You're getting WD NMVE and VME. Jeez, I said that very quick, didn't I? You're not getting a secondary storage drive, so again, let's throw in a what's this? Is there an SSD? Oh, I'm looking at mechanicals, that's why. Boom. And boom, now we're over budget, aren't we? But it's all right. It's all right, because I think we'll be able to maybe what we'll do is we'll drop the RAM down to 16. Yeah, that's not bad. We'll do that. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. Well, yeah, we want to be under budget, if anything. So we'll do that, and then maybe we can 1 terabyte. Yeah, okay. Well, can we get a 32 that is like... see, that it's going a little bit over budget. Dang, okay, we'll just go 16. Again, we're gonna keep below. So, you know what? You know, you do what you want there. But as you can see, pretty spec'd similarly. Oh, you know what we'll do? So we'll go back, where's the, here we go. So we'll go back here to the cooler, and then let's get, you don't have that many options. But what we'll do is let's just get, again, I'm not a water cooling kind of person, but let's just say you're gonna get, like, maybe not this exact thing, but boom, that puts us a little bit closer to the price point. Let's just assume, again, you would need to look and see what you want to do, but boom, puts it a little bit better at the budget. You've got yourself a little bit of a beefier cooler there, and yeah, all's good. And again, if we just compare to the build on iBuyPower, the big thing you're missing out on, but again, if you wanted to, you could go that one step further, get that if you have a little bit of extra budget there, again, but we're going to undershoot here. So 32 gigabytes. I think obviously you're getting a better case with the with the 5000D. Nothing wrong there, nothing wrong there. I think you get a little bit of a better choice in terms of things itself. You have your choice. It seems like they didn't have Noctua stuff. You didn't have as much of a choice in air coolers, but I would say, again, getting at that price point, iBuyPower or CyberPower, not too bad at all, actually. I don't think that was that bad. You've got a oh, I thought he was saying we didn't pick, but it's just because we didn't customize. I was like, huh? I feel like decent. Again, what my concern would be, how is it going to come when you get it in the mail in person? How's the quality inside the case and things like that? But I'd say, for instance, for the price and for the customization, pretty solid. All right, so now we're moving on to eCollege PC, a little much smaller kind of system or setup that they're running there. And then do we have the price? I don't know where they do the price. Okay, so price at the very bottom. It's a lot more simple of a website. So we've chose this one, AMD Ryzen 5, starting at 1251, and then we'll go in here. And what did we have? What do we have in the other one? It's 30. What is it? 37? Is that it? It's 37, and then the 36 or 38 on the other one. Yep. So got the Okay, so that's the same. Don't want that. Maybe let's just throw out an Evo on that. Yeah. Love the Evo. Have that myself. I got a Prime. Not too bad. We'll just stick with that. What are we looking at here? 1276 still. Now, big thing here. So we'll go at a 1660. Let's go ahead and beef that up. Let's get the 3060 Ti. Yes, they do. Yep. Cool. And did that change the price? I can't even tell. Oh, that's not good. I don't see. So like one thing off the bat that I'm not liking about here is if something's out of stock, it's not actually going to change the price at all. But okay, what if we do this? And then, so we're going from 827, and then now we add the 3060, so $200. Does it actually add it? Okay, it did that time. I don't know why. Maybe it was just, oh, it's because this one's actually in stock. Fair enough. Okay, all right, so no problems there. We're going with the 850. What do we need here? So as you can see, like, this website is a little bit different in the way it's set up. You get 500. This one does have two M.2s, so do that. Getting closer. I think we would go with 32 then to bump us up. Yeah, the good old rip jaws there. Getting closer. What are we missing out here? Or, like, you know, what's causing this to be a good price? Looking at it from a negative perspective. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to check. So does this come? I'm assuming this comes with Windows. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it comes with Windows 11. So boom, you got an operating system included on that website. So that's actually a big positive I should have mentioned. So for instance, on this, I did not include Windows because it was acting funny. So, and obviously if you're building it yourself, you could do a recovery, which I guess you could do this anyway, but boom, and so that's a positive for CyberPower as well. But let's go ahead and add that. Is that here? Oh, there it is. Oh, operating system. Different. Okay. And that should put us pretty close to the budget. And then I guess what we could maybe do is, I don't know, does this, does this come with, let's go Wi-Fi. If it doesn't, maybe we add Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It has, yes, it does. Cool. All right, so we don't need to add that. You know what? Why don't we just buff up the? What can we buff up the? That's not gonna help, is it? I don't know. I mean, I guess you just take that money and go. You add something you want. Add some additional case fans. What do they got on here? Some Noctuas. Let's just add let's add 2 of those. Boom, puts us at our budget. So again, e-college. I'd say the process of I think the website could be laid out a little better. They could use this space a lot better about having some information, and then maybe this side too. I also think that this should update even if things are out of stock, because then you can price something out and then come back later when they are in stock. I think that makes a lot of sense. But again, good price, and also less fluff. You got a lot less fluff compared to iBuy or CyberPower. And again, the terms of the quality when you're going to receive the item, I don't know. I can't speak for e-college at all. Moving on, we got iBuyPower. It'll be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see compared to CyberPower, because obviously they're quite comparable in terms of like what people are always talking about with them. So as you can see, I haven't really been mentioning the case because, again, I think you're always going to get a better choice in case almost always when you're able to build it from the ground up, compared to some of these, others, other situations like these. Now you do have some options here, which is always good to see. But for the most part, if you really want a case, then you should go out and buy the case that you want and, build your PC from the ground up. But I will go over it if there's something where you can pick your own case, which a few websites do that. So we'll keep going. I do not like the way this works with the scrolling thing. I wish it was more on the side. Like with iPower, it makes it easier to navigate. Obviously, I guess it's better than just scrolling like on eCollege. But here we got the 5700. Do they have the 30? They don't have that. Do they? So they don't have the 3700s, they have the 5000s. Which is fine. We'll see how things go then with this. So what are we sitting at right now? Oh, up here. All these new ones. Okay, 1799 is what we're kind of sitting at here. We've got RGB, liquid cooling. I believe this is one of the websites where, yes, you do not have any options for air cooling, which is a bit sad. But again, it seems like they are working with A data primarily. We'll go ahead and bump up to, well, actually, let's leave this here because I'm not sure what video card they're kind of picking here. So we might need the budget to do that. No, okay, so they do have the 3060 Ti already in there. So I think naturally the thing we would do here is to go up to the 32. Oh, 4. No, 2 sticks. In case you want to upgrade. I'm gonna go with the certified major brand. No, I'm gonna go with the Vengeance because that's a bit odd. It's already putting us at 2000. That's interesting. We'll see. You know how that is now. So we got a B55. What? 555. 550, not 555. 850 watt. Boom. And you know what? I guess let's crank down the memory again. What we'll do is we'll maybe go with that. That's one way of doing it. What do we got going on here? We got the 500 gigabyte. That's the same, I believe. As you can see, there's a lot of the same with iPower and CyberPower. 1 terabyte. Ooh, a hard drive. Nope. So let's go with the that. Do you get a second primary storage? Oh, okay. Yeah, boom. It's NVMe. Okay, good. We're a tiny bit over budget. Tiny bit. Not by much, though. Should we allow the $5? Yeah, we'll allow the $5 because what you could do is just drop down the RAM to the A data. And, you know, might as well do it. Boom. There we go. And then I think that's it, right? That was a little bit easier. Again, I think the eCollege website, as you can see, it's a little bit slower to get things going. You have a lot more fluff, obviously, like I just talked about how, you know, the eCollege, the nice thing was you did not have the fluff. I did see that Windows was included. There it was. So you get Windows included and right under the budget. I think here some negatives are obviously only liquid cooling for the processor. Case selection, it's okay. It's not great. And the memory's a bit odd. I'd pay attention because obviously on CyberPower it went straight to the A data. On this it went to A data or to a very, it just says generic, you know, it said, what did it even say? Certified major brand gaming memory, and then it didn't even show what it was, which it's not necessarily a concern. Obviously a lot of people say it doesn't matter, RAM's RAM, but I don't know, that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But it's, again, pleasantly surprised, actually. I would still give the edge here to CyberPower. Again, I think that the ease of the website is the best we've seen so far, and eCollege I think I would put above iPower just a little bit. I think they're all pretty comparable, but I would definitely give these two just a bit of an edge over iPower. Ironside, so we're starting with the AMD Silver. I like the website, especially when you get to the beginning. I've always enjoyed watching Ironside videos on YouTube and seeing like the way they showcase their really nice builds. Like a lot of times you can, I know you used to be able to, when you bought the computer, you checked something off, that they would make a video about it. And that was when they were a little smaller than they were now. This was several years ago. I don't know how they do that now though. But anyway, I like the selection, like when you actually go to the desktops and then you pick kind of your pre-config. And I think here you get nice case selections as well. So you can obviously go under the aesthetics tab, but right now, so we're, you know, at 1620, but we'll, you know, as usual, get right into it. So we got the liquid cooling here. Do we have some options? You got an option for some air cooling. Actually, it looks like just the Hyper 212, but hey, it's a good one. But again, I'll just leave it as is. Same as actually the iPower, the B55. I'm having trouble like saying this one. B555 or 550. Oh, I said 55 again. I don't know why I keep doing that. There's a 0 right there. So you got does it even say what brand we're getting? Okay, so it's like a unmarked kind of brand. We'll keep that for now. Then we've got a graphics card, the 1660. So let's change that up. Let's go with the 30. I was seeing like what other options they had for the 3060. So boom, that's gonna bump us up there. There we go. So now we're at 1848, and then let's beef up this to the 850. I know we would get gold, but it looked like the only golds they had were for the 1000 watt up ones, but that's fine. You know, that's just something to keep in mind. And then we've got the 512. So if we can get a hard drive, or sorry, solid state drive in here, that would be good. We've been doing 1 terabyte. Now this is going to put us a little over budget, so let's see. So what would we do? Oh, see, yeah, so this is so you can see as well, we didn't even change the processor, which obviously we were going to do. So let's go with this. Okay, so this is probably the first time we've seen like a comparison where we're gonna have to drop down. So this is pretty comparable. Obviously we're going with a 5000. Some of the ones have had the 5000 series, and some of them have had the 5000 series, and some of them have had the I don't remember which one this one had. This one 3000 series. So like we've had a little bit of difference in the CPUs, but again, trying to stay with the 7, and obviously I know there's a difference between those series, but again, the websites don't, if they don't offer it, they don't offer it. So as you can see, this is pretty comparable to what we've been building so far, and we're even going with like a generic 16 gig set instead of 32. We're also going with a generic, like their own branded. Oh geez, with their own branded stuff. And if we compare, we're about, you know, 150 bucks over budget. And I also want to see, does this include I wanted to see if this included Windows. I don't see it, but I'm going to assume that this includes Windows. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. But as you can see, we're a little bit over budget, so I guess to drop this down, we would probably get rid of the solid state. Get rid of the solid state, and then I guess we'd go down to 750 watt to get it under budget. Now I'd probably just, you know, pay that extra little bit of money to have the 850. Now, in terms of positives with Ironside, I think you get a great case selection. I think you also get really good quality shipping and build service. Again, that's just from the people that I've seen. I've seen way more positivity regarding the shipping process and the like customer service and stuff like that with Ironside. Better case selection. I think also you get a good layout on the website. I think you like this is a good way of having it here. Could be a little bit better, but it does seem like you get a little bit of a price bump up with certain things. I know though with the where is it? Oh, okay, services. Yeah, so it does come with Windows, and then I believe let me see what it says. I believe they do a pretty good boost. Okay, this is the first time that I'm going to say something that, well, that's not true. I'm joking. But I may be wrong, but I believe they do a pretty good boost onto the clock speeds of these. It does say boost clocks up to 4.7. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They're giving you a solid boost up to that 4.7. I don't know what the base clock is on that. Yeah, I can see on that it's 3.6 hertz, but they give you a pretty good boost clock too. So again, I want to give some positives and negatives, again, pros and cons. I don't want to bash like anyone. I've never had experiences with like these brands, so I can only say what I've heard and seen. But again, I believe they do give you a pretty good boost. That's something to keep in mind. And again, you're getting a little bit more of like a premium kind of thing going on with Ironside. So not too bad. I would say obviously this is like the first time you're running into like that, you know, quality versus premium, that premium kind ofness to things in comparison to all the other ones. You are paying a little bit for that, but you also do get some, again, decent things like the clock speed and the premiumness of the shipping and the customer service, etc. I've heard really good things about all of that aspect of Ironside and the in-case, the way the PC is built. Again, you're paying a little bit for that Ironside standard, if you want to call it that. Moving on, we've got Lenovo here, which was quite interesting. It was quite comparable to like the Corsair stuff, but I decided to include it just to kind of go over it. But if we look here on the right, you can see some of the other ones here. But if you look at, actually, I didn't even see this one down here. But if we just look here, so that's pretty close to our price point. You've got the 5000 series, 5700 at 3.8 up to maybe, I don't think they do that. I think like up to, they're just giving you, they're telling you that. You got the 3060, 32 gigabytes, so that's nice. It would be nice to beef up the power supply a little bit, but again, I would say that with that $200 to work with, you definitely could do that. Can you customize these though? Let me see. If we add this to cart, does it let us customize? Oh, okay. Let's see. That's weird. It was where'd that go? It was saying okay, maybe you can't then. Alright. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate, but still, I mean, the only thing you're missing out on, but again, I would say that this obviously, because of it being pre-built, that 650 watt is going to be okay, obviously, with these specs. I have no concern with it. You get some Wi-Fi in there, you get air cooling, but you might want to bump that up, beef that up, I guess. But again, with like a pre-built PC like this, maybe they thought of things. So I don't think that's too bad, actually. It's not too bad at all for what you're doing, and it's boom right there, add to cart, and you pretty much just go through the you know, warranties and stuff like that. So I think in terms of ease, I think this goes right up there. I think that obviously I would still say that CyberPower, the trade-off of the customization and stuff like that is worth it, because you're able to customize a lot more things, but for pure ease, this puts it quite close. So I put it, you know, like in second place in terms of ease and what you're getting for the price. But I would still put CyberPower ahead here. I would even maybe put eCollege, even though the website was a little bit clunky to use. You're still getting a lot better, you know, choice of things, and the ease was pretty good. Then we've got main gear. We've got the Vibe here selected, which by default has the 3060. It has a Ryzen 5, and then it seems like the fan favorite for a lot of these websites, the B550. We got 16 gigabytes running at 3600. It's a little bit different than we've seen. A little bit quicker, but again, you know, you never know with RAM. Maybe the timing different. Maybe it's worse. You know, pure speed isn't everything. You got the NVMe, you got HDD, so and a 500 watt. So like a few things that we would probably like to upgrade, but I was trying to find, like, I thought you could change some of these things, but it didn't seem to be letting me. Like, I was trying to look, and like it says, you know, starting and stuff like that, but why did it say that? I said looking for a custom. See, it takes you to the same page, but I swear I've done it before where it's let me customize things. Maybe they have stopped doing that for some reason. I swear I customized the Vibes setup, but for $16.99, let's keep in mind that that's obviously cheap, you know, well under the budget. Is it good value? I would say no. I would probably put this in last place at this point, because you're not getting to customize anything. Now again, I swear you were able to customize this Vibe before, and I had done it. So they must have removed that or completely changed where you're able to see that, and I just saw that there. Ooh, okay. Wait a minute. So it didn't. So if you're on this, it doesn't let you do it. So hold on. We'll hang in there a second. So now let's see what we can do here. So get that in there, and boom, that puts us over our thing. But again, let's do some comparisons, because I think this is going to be similar to Ironside, and actually worse, if that makes sense. If we get the 32 gigabyte, you're going to see we're going to have some price come in here. That's that's platinum certified. Okay, that's not really fair, because when you go with the platinum, that costs quite a bit. So I'm gonna go with this one, because the price is more comparable to an 850 gold. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, that's not really fair. Like, I don't really like that kind of comparison. It was saying there was an HDD, I thought. But okay, it's got two of these, two M.2. So we'll do that. but I swear it had a HDD selected, but I guess not. So then let's go to the top. Let's see, does it show the thing here? No, it does not. So as you can see, $400 over budget. And what are we getting here? We're getting the same thing that we've pretty much picked for every other website. And as you can see, coming at quite a premium price. Now, of course, if we wanted to, we could drop this down to a 16 gigabyte. I don't like the website as well. This is really annoying. I hate when websites, when these kind of websites do this. It's saying plus $62, so it's making it seem like the HyperX is actually more expensive than the you know, the 32 gigs that we have selected, but it's because it's saying that that's plus 62 over the default 8 gigabyte, which is not the right way to do it. It should say it's minus now because we have this selected. But anyway, that would drop it down, the price. But again, we're trying to build the same sort of build relatively as possible to the other one. Again, not quite getting very good selection, or not really getting good selections on the power supplies. Really odd that there's no like kind of happy medium here with regards to that. And that's about it. I mean, you are getting the extra M.2, but still at the same time coming at quite a premium. So I'd probably put this in last place. I think the website is a little bit really confusing actually, because you got the pre-configs here, and then you had to go to store and then go to custom desktops and then to do it. It's a bit odd. It should just let you, when you're at the Vibe, it should just let you like click something here that says customize this build or something. So I'd put Main Gear in last place at the moment. You're getting quite the premium price. Now, again, don't want to bash. Let's get to some good things about Main Gear. I've heard very good things about the actual build itself. As you can see, it looks absolutely beautiful. A lot of the pictures on a lot of these websites make the case and the PC look really good. Main Gear is even beyond that. You're getting a really premium inside of the case. You're paying a little bit of a premium, of course. I don't like a lot of the selection, but you do have the selection you do have are quite premium options. Again, you're getting some platinum certifications at the price they should be, granted, but again, it's good to see good options instead of some crappy options to kind of get people to skimp on money. But I would still put it at an end last place for me. I just think you're not getting as good value as you can get elsewhere, and the premiumness to it. Again, Ironside offers you the same and a better price. So I would put Main Gear in last place at this point in time. NCXT build is relatively or more new than some other things, but I've heard some good things, so I was excited to check out what they've got going on here. So as you can see, we're at 1968, and interesting, it's not telling us. Why not telling us? Oh, okay, it is chipset CPUs down here. Right, okay. I was like, wait a minute, why is it not telling us which one we have? Interesting, so they do not have, do they really not have any 7 series? Maybe they're sold out and so they don't have any. What happens if we go with the 9 series? Okay, and then if we drop this down to the... Okay, so this is because of what's in stock. They're having problems with stock, and I was having trouble even getting to the build page, because I'll even show you real quick. It was quite annoying because I was trying to... So all I did was go here with the build, and then I did AMD, and I continued to build. It let me through this time. Oh, it does. Cool. It was not letting me through because it was saying that like the things were out of stock. So that's a bit goofy. But as you can see, they don't have any 3060s. So they used to, when I did this before on my own time, like a month ago, you were able to see the 3060 option here and still select it. And it would price it up, have the actual price update, unlike eCollege, which again is goofy. You should let the customer still be able to price it out, because they can come back later, and if they want, they can buy it then. It's better to have them see the actual price than to kind of not even let them see it. And now I even dislike it even more. Well, sorry, that is eCollege, but I dislike this even more. Now they're completely removing it from the site instead of just showing that it's out of stock. Although, I mean, I understand why they do that. So this is going to be a little bit tough here, because obviously we're going to have to just drop down to the 5 series. And when we do that, you're still seeing us come in right, or a little bit over budget. But let's see what we got going on. We got 16850. I'm going to keep the storage because it's being goofy. We're going to keep that storage in there, but as you can see, N60 build is a little bit newer, and I think you can kind of almost tell that. I think the layout is okay for the for the way you go through the build. I would like to see that you could just keep scrolling to get to these different parts, and this is an actual true table of contents, as well as being able to click. Like, it's nice being able to click. You should have the option to continue to scroll to the different sections too. Obviously, you're not getting 32 gigabytes RAM, getting not as good of a processor. The cooling options are not great. The GPU options, or just the options in terms of you're not able to price out things if they are out of stock, kind of stinks. But you are getting a little bit of more premium kind of setup. But once again, in terms of kind of comparison, if we compare N60 main gear and Ironside, then for that premium kind ofness, Ironside wins once again over main gear and N60. I'm a bit disappointed. The thing I'm most disappointed with is that it's not letting you price things out anymore. They've just removed those things from the website completely. It kind of sucks. Moving on to Origin, we're with the Millennium. I thought it would say here Millennium, which it's the cheapest you can go with. So a little bit of a different option here, but as you can see, we're sitting at 2300, and we're with a Ryzen 5. So if you go with what we've been going with, like a lot of these, the 5800, okay, that took a lot of clicks. We still got the B550 or 550. 16 gigabytes. So like if we wanted to go to 32, go. And then this 3060 got a 240, which is fine for the boot drive. I don't mind that. It's quite low. A50 gold, and then let's go ahead and add a 1 terabyte in there. Just so you can see, you're getting it's getting quite expensive, definitely the most expensive out of anything we've seen, besides the super tiny Corsair 1 builds, which again we're not really comparing, but I just felt like mentioning. What are you getting for that price? Well, you're getting the Origin difference, the shipping protection, and 24/7 US-based warranty. So you're getting, again, that premiumness. I have heard that Origin is the top of the line in terms of the guarantees, the protection, and the warranty. I've also heard that for Ironside. Now with main gear and N60, I've heard a little bit less. So if we want to compare to these two, I would even argue that people have said that Origin is even a step above Ironside in terms of that premiumness. I don't know if I believe that though, so I'm going to play it fair. So if we give Origin the edge, just for argument's sake, are you really going to spend almost an extra $1,000 for that? No, you shouldn't. So again, Ironside's winning in that premium kind of category, if you want to put it there. Redux, probably the one I'm most interested in. I think the website is great for younger people, and I have no problem with it as an older person. Well, older person in terms of like people that it's probably targeting. I do turn off the sound effects on the website, but it's fine. I think it's fine, totally fine. But I believe this is a what older website that rebranded. Or they're newer to begin with. I can't actually remember. But as you can see, we're with the. I don't think it actually has a name for these, does it? No. But you pick what games you play and what price kind of you're looking at, and then it gives you it. But I thought it like had a config name, you know, like on this it's the Millennium. But anyway, you obviously have a little bit more branding with regards to the company, kind of similar to a Ironside, or sorry, iBuyPower or CyberPower. And then let's go ahead and spec it out. So we got the 5800, which we've going with a lot. 3060. We'll keep the 16. But as you can see, don't really get a choice. You have a lot less choices here. And then the 500 gig NVMe. You do not have the option to do a SSD or 2 NVMEs, which kind of stinks. But they do give you the option for an HDD. But I would encourage you just to add a second NVMe depending on the motherboard, or add a SSD later on. You do get Windows, and boom, that's like pretty much it. They keep it quite simple. But I would like to see, I think if we do this, yeah, it'll tell you the rest, or get a little bit more into it. So we get the X570. You do get Wi-Fi. I like that, as you know, it says build plus setup plus testing. That's nice, because I know not every website company does this, and that's a bit of a concern, because there are plenty of times that I've seen with various websites, so I'm not calling out any of these in particular, but people have said they got a build and it was dead. So, you know, they didn't even do any internal testing to test to see if the build. So it's nice to see them just mention that, even though a lot of these do tests. Some of them don't, and so it's nice to just see that they're putting that in there. And like, I appreciate them making everything nice and easy, all in one spot. Even something as simple as the wireless card, you know, going in there, makes it you know, easy to see. And I think that's kind of the whole point of Redux's kind of design to the website and stuff like that. And again, they got the component cost and build fee. They got a little, you know, breakdown there of what the prices are for the components versus the build fee, etc. You can even do monthly payments, which is good to see. I know a lot of them do that, but it's nice to just see them put it all just in one kind of spot. And I love that they don't force this in your face here. It's just recommended, you know, stuff here if you want to, you know, get yourself a cheap headset and stuff like that. The one thing we didn't do is upgrade the power supply, but we were right at that borderline. So again, just gonna keep it there. At least it's gold, at least it's fully modular, and it's 600 watt, which again, it's enough to power this build, so it obviously is fine. But I would say that's the one thing I would beef up here. You would obviously want, the difference we've seen is 32 gigabytes, but again, if you went 32 gigabytes and also upgraded that would put you at quite over budget. So not too bad. I think that this was one that I was excited to see, given that it's kind of more of a newer name thrown into the mix. And I'd say it's not a bad route to go. It makes things simple and easy, I would say. So it actually beats out CyberPower for me in terms of the ease and stuff like that. It also doesn't shove things in your face as much, which is always appreciated. You also get a bunch of fans. Now, I don't know if these are really good fans, but for them to throw in 4 extra fans, I'm a big airflow kind of person. The case that they have doesn't seem bad at all for airflow. It seems clean enough, and then, you know, the 4 extra fans is nice to see. And obviously, again, I liked the different aspects of the website, so I think all in all, pretty solid here. I'm pleasantly surprised here. So now moving on to Digital Storm. Again, this is another one of those premium ones. I feel like, you know, the Redux is more in line with some of the other ones like eCollege and the CyberPower, etc. So we're going with the Velox, and beautiful. So we got the We've got the Ryzen 5. They got it really clocked up to 4.6. So for now, I'm going to keep it as that because again, we're pretty close. We'll see what else they put in to see what we would want to boost up. We are a little bit below what we've been putting in terms of those two things there. We do have the 570. You get a... Ooh, I don't like that. Can we change that? Yeah, let's do that. Puts us right about our budget. Oh, okay. Dang, this is rough. I guess I should have changed that. GTX 1650 in there. So what happens if we put a... Okay, nice. Now you are getting some things with a digital store. So if we go ahead and then let's go ahead and do that one. And then it's saying that we need to do, I don't know, that. Stage 2. That? Okay. Okay, so this is right around the same price as the Millennium. Especially once we do change some of the other stuff to match up. So what are we getting here? So we're getting we're getting some extreme cooling, not just this, but they actually do some extreme cooling measures. They're also going to give you quite a big clock boost compared to the standard clock. They throw in a recovery thing, which is nice to see, I guess. And again, you're getting a lot more premium, some other things. But again, just like with Origin, is it worth it? Again, Digital Storm Origin, kind of the top, you'll see a lot of streamers and stuff like that, and nothing wrong with it. Of course, like with these companies, I think they're still very good, but you are paying a premium. And again, is it worth it over some place like Ironside, which is also known for being quite premium? No, I don't think it's worth it. $1,000. No. For the average consumer. No, it's not. Now, I think that, like, one thing to point out with both of these, if you are going for looks, and also if you have the budget and you're going for looks and stuff like that, then these do offer a lot of options and opportunities to really get custom and work with Origin or Digital Storm to get a custom and premium build. So I will point that out. All right, last on the list here, we've got Zydex. Definitely the worst website, I think, out of all of these. I really don't like the way that you go through like this at the top, and things are quite separated. It makes it, and pop-ups are not appreciated. Again, so I don't like the way they do that. It makes it quite annoying to go through these. You can't keep scrolling. You have to click next selection, or you have to keep clicking through. But let's go ahead and go through. So we've got the 5700. They're at 4.6. Got memory. Let's go. Like again, like it's like, okay, where's the price? Why don't we use some of this space to show things better? So we're at 1800. But let's see what we got going on here. 850, nice. We got optical, like what storage? Okay, none. What do we got then? Yeah, no. Let's get rid of that. None. And then I guess let's do that. Oh, I don't know. Like, it's just so, I don't know, man. Graphics card is the 3060. Okay. The software. Do we get Windows? We get Windows included. Cooling. We got a few options, not too many, but I like Be Quiets and I like the both those, so not bad. Okay, I mean, it's not too bad. Can we look at the overview? Yeah, there we go. I like that. This is good. Now the website sucks besides this little page. But if they did the site better, you would already have this built in on the side. So we got the same 550, the 5700. What? I thought I picked, oh, we didn't boost that up. Okay, we would definitely boost that up, and that would put us a little bit over budget. But not too bad. I'd give Zydex a not too bad score, but I think there are better options. I think Zydex overdoes it a little bit with their design, and then their branding, but not bad, not a bad choice, not a bad choice. But I think you would be okay going with like eCollege or iWayPower. Okay, now long video. It's been long. Let's go ahead and kind of rank what I would say. So I think that in terms of so we're going to go overall first. I think overall, I think I would probably say looking into Ironside would be a good idea. You might not know about them as much as some of these other companies, so look into them, see if what they're doing is up your alley. If it is, I think it's a good option. Overall, so that overall per score, I'm going to put Ironside. In terms of premium, I'm actually not going to put Ironside. I'm actually going to go ahead and go with Origin. I feel like that what I've seen from them and what they've been able to do for different people, there's a reason why you're paying that premium. I'm not saying it's worth it, but I'm saying, again, in the premium category, I think Origin's the way to go. You get a lot of opportunity to work with them and get custom cases and custom yada yada yada. Again, I'm not saying it's worth it, but if that's your thing, I think that they would be the way to go over Digital Storm and Ironside. Even though Ironside, great option in that premium category as well, but I would go Origin for the premium. Then in terms of the like the standard, or I guess like the lower end, I don't really mean to say that, because it's not like you're getting a lower end computer, you're getting pretty much the same specs, but it's just like the historical opinion on these websites. I don't think you can go wrong. CyberPower is definitely the best out of these, along with the Redux. I think the Redux was a pleasant surprise. You're not getting as much choice with Redux, and I think there's some things that they can work on, but they're you'll see in the next category, I think that they offer a lot. So I would definitely suggest you look into CyberPower or Redux. You might be able to save a little bit of money, but really not much compared to Ironside. So again, I would encourage you, if you're going to look down the CyberPower or Redux route, you might as well look into Ironside and see what they're offering in terms of the build that you're speccing out as well. But I'll give the edge to CyberPower just because they've been around a little bit longer than Redux. So in that category, I'll go CyberPower. But again, big note, if you're looking into CyberPower, go ahead, or Redux, go ahead and look at Ironside in addition to that. And then best website, I'm actually going to go with Redux, which is, you know, maybe not what everyone would have thought, but again, I really like the way they lay things out, both for the pricing and for the actual parts. You get good pictures almost at every single step of the way, and also like good kind of descriptions. The choices are a bit limited, but again, just in purely on the website, not shoving things in your face, just at the end, you know, some recommended choices here. They also do make the pricing and calculating things an easy process, and so I think that they win there. So, and then we'll just, again, big overview here. Overall, I think you should check out Ironside. I think it's a solid choice as well would be CyberPower or Redux. And then if you're the type of person that wants a premium, really custom, really want to get into it, and you've got a high budget, then I would encourage you to go and look at what Origin is up to, and what, you know, how they could work with you, and they're the one, like, they're the one I would recommend you like get in direct contact with if you want to work on something pretty special and unique. But anyways, that's gonna do it for the video. Super long video. we'll see how long this takes to render. But I wanted to make it because I was going to be going through this myself. Like I said, I already have gone through this like a couple months ago, and I did it like again like last month. I do it like once a month. But because of the way things are right now, and I'm going to make a separate video about the whole idea of building a PC, like going and buying the parts and building yourself, and then buying a pre-built PC in another video. But for those going down and looking into pre-builts, especially with the price of GPUs right now and how hard it is to get them in stock, these are good options. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy. And peace out.